Hardy, he has, pretty good read potential. He whips out, some great sort of tech off stage sometimes, so he can catch you off guard. But I think right now, in the consistency aspect, Balloonboy is taking that. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, Balloonboy does have that bow in hand, which I think is going to be a weapon he's definitely going to be wanting to exploit into this greatsword matchup because the amount of range and coverage he has, especially with that D-light that he can reach out and try to avoid the pressure that greatsword can exert.
Right.
And right now he is holding on to a smaller damage lead to start things out, making use of that nair to keep Hardy above him. Hardy taking his time to try and find an opening here in the neutral. Over onto the gauntlets with Balloonboy.
Balloonboy already putting Hardy into the red here. Now he's just looking for that KO. Hardy trying to find some damage before he goes out on this last stock, but maybe even he'll take this last stock before he goes out, but we'll see. Weapon starving Balloonboy here. Now gets sideloaded away, gets the disarm, and then Balloonboy with the bow recovery is going to take the first stock, setting a lead for himself here.
Holding on to these gauntlets here going into this second stock of Hardy, is it going to now be a game of value? Every single hit he can find is going to be so monumental to pushing a greater lead, but Hardy's finding side air to side air, the weapon throw to close it out. Quick cleanup by Hardy with just a little bit of damage taken.
Right, and Hardy has that great sword in hand now on this edge guard. This is where he wants to. This is a position he wants to be in. He wants to have that great sword, and he wants the stocks to be even. But he can take the lead here if he just hits one read. Right now, Balloonboy is just taking control of that stage with that bow, but Hardy taking it off stage. Almost gets that off stage gimp there, but coming back up here. He's still getting that damage. He's constantly putting the pressure on these edge guards.
That's the thing, if Balloonboy can't find these responses to Hardy, like going for these openers, even if he's not completing the string, Balloonboy has to at least trade the damage back, and we saw for a moment that he was struggling to do so. And because of that, we're now in an even state with a stage spike with the GCN Sig. Balloonboy sneaking away that stock from nothing, seemingly, and now Hardy at a minor disadvantage once again.
Yeah, Hardy needs to find this KO here. It might be difficult with his great sword. Nope, he finds that exhausted recovery, or the recovery from the GCN Sig right there. Stock's completely even again. Both these players haven't been able to extend their leads yet, but now it's come down to last stocks. We'll see who can pull up the win here. It's all up to who can get the most damage right here. Hardy finding these with great sword. Oh, the side Sig! And send him flying.
Forced to the side, manages to make it back unscathed, and Hardy exerting this on-stage pressure. Balloonboy struggling to find an answer in this final stock here. The tide starting to shift a little bit. It's Hardy, for the first in this match, taking a noticeable lead. Balloonboy, he's finding these individual hits and like the occasional two-piece, but nothing to lead into sort of these big areas of control. There's another two-piece, but doesn't catch the side air out of it. Actually throws away the weapon. Hardy spot dodging the weapon throw, disarming Balloonboy in the process, and now damage still mildly in the favor of Hardy. 1D recovery if G-Seed might be enough. I don't think it'll be enough just yet, but off the ground, regardless, he has that stage control.
He's looking for that D-light, maybe that M-light. The stare while he's wall slipping. Balloonboy took too long, and Hardy's going to capitalize. First game going to Hardy there. It looked like Balloonboy was gaining some leads, but Hardy would constantly bring it back with no struggle. Definitely a great win from Hardy there, because it looks like he's just constantly coming back from these leads that Balloonboy has. Definitely has some adaptation factor going on.
It was definitely blow for blow, yeah. There was never a time where Balloonboy would get too far ahead and Hardy wasn't able to. So we sort of saw the one thing that Hardy was avoiding at the end for Balloonboy, where every time Hardy was taking these like chunks of damage, he was swinging back in good time, whereas on the final stock, Balloonboy wasn't able to do the same. I think that's a big part of why it fell apart from at the end there.
Right. Now Hardy grabbing this greatsword already. Balloonboy, before he even finds the weapon, already puts himself, or Hardy puts him into the yellow. Just playing that neutral right now. Hardy moving around on the stage. Balloonboy taking control with his bow now.
I'm wondering how much the map pick factors in here for Balloonboy, because I see him go to the Miami Dome quite a lot, and let's just like a comfort thing, or whether he has a game plan going into this with this specific character in this map is yet to be seen. But at least having the platforms does give him that space to at least get away from the grounded pressure the Greatsword does have. And we're seeing these juggles again with this bow. Gonna go into the gauntlets now, and Hardy holding the edge guard doesn't catch Balloonboy on the return.
Yeah, I think in terms of maps you want to be on against Greatsword, those platforms will definitely help a lot. Because if you get your landing caught and you have no dodge, it's definitely a big string coming out there. But Hardy trying to extend off stage there, doesn't get punished for it. Balloonboy barely misses that D-light. Both players looking for the KO here. We're on the edge guard, maybe a side sig, maybe a D-light. Hardy waits it out, comes up with the Sair. Now he's in the same position Balloonboy was in, but Balloonboy combos the dare into a Sair off the stage right there. I'm not sure if that was true, but I think he was so low that it possibly was like unjumpable. Definitely unjumpable.
It definitely seemed like it, yeah, and that's obviously a damage dependent situation. Balloonboy very good to capitalize on that, and once again we're seeing him have a small but notable lead here and trying to press it even further. Hardy unable to secure the knockout out of that opener. Balloonboy playing a very safe game here, not overcommitting in a way that's going to put him in a lot of danger. Throwing out these very safe moves, the neutral air, possibly the safest move in the game. The end light not quite going to be enough. Balloonboy trying to sneak back to stage, weapon top to cover himself. And there's, well, Balloonboy just clinging onto this stock.
Good recovery going out there.
Will finally do it.
Now, Balloonboy does have a slight lead here, but we've seen in the previous game that those leads did not play a big part of that win that Hardy got. I mean, he does look like he's at a disadvantage, but he hits one Greatsword string and it's already completely even. Right here, he's managing to avoid these hits from Balloonboy and get these hits of his own right now. Right there, silent recovery goes out. Finally, Balloonboy finding these hits. And Sig's gonna catch him on the platform.
Catches!
And that barely caught too. He's definitely gonna suffer for that on this edge guard now. Goes to the ground pound. Pretty greedy here.
Side air drop. Catches with the end light. Not going to be enough. Balloonboy looking to close it out. D-Light recovery. Is it going to be more than enough here? And now an actual, very noticeable lead here for Balloonboy for the first time. Hardy definitely has his work cut out for him, but as you said, that Greatsword is a weapon that can completely turn the tide of a lead with the correct placement of a dodge read and just going into those strings. And so right now, Hardy doesn't really want that sword, and we see it there as he throws it away. Definitely wants the string potential of that Greatsword, but it might be too little too late as Balloonboy's already taken so much damage off of Hardy's second or final stock, rather. The Ensig just barely going to leave Hardy alive.
One Sig, one read here for Balloonboy, and that will be the stock of Hardy in this game right here. Sends him on the edge guard. Balloonboy playing stage still. Doesn't want to risk anything. Hardy coming up with that Sair, but the recovery doesn't connect, doesn't kill. Oh, the second one will do it.
Boy.
A double taunt with it too. Balloonboy.
That's definitely got to be. That's got to be some payback for the salt taunt in game one.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that was instant salt taunt by Hardy in game one, and Balloonboy definitely wanted that payback. And Mo Legend wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a single Legend swap even to game 5 here. I mean, Hardy is set in his ways on that Negan. He does not want to get off that Greatsword. If anyone would swap, it would be Balloonboy, but I mean, Balloonboy has been very consistent on this Zariel recently. We have seen some other bow characters from him previously, notably the Diana as well, but more recently it hasn't really shown up. And Hardy opening up here with a nice bit of damage at that Greatsword.
Yeah, it looks like it's a consistent pattern I see with Hardy too. Is on those edge guards, he always comes up with that Greatsword Sair and it always works. I feel like if Balloonboy just adapted to that on these edge guards, he'd definitely find much more success here. But
spot dodge. Both players just scrapping here in this neutral at the start of this game number 3. Dodge read does come through with the stun. Not going to be enough for Balloonboy with the D-Sig. Actually going to catch and put Hardy at disadvantage right up in the air. Balloonboy doesn't manage to find the juggle. There's not going to be enough. Wants recovery. I think is just going to be short for now. Could be wrong with the D-Sig with more than enough. And Balloonboy takes another lead here. But nothing too egregious. Hardy can definitely clean this up.
Yeah, and I mean, he can, but with the Greatsword, it's definitely not convenient. Doesn't have many kill options. but he makes it work. He does make it work here. Right now he's struggling though. Gets double nared here. Balloonboy getting another end light off. Gets an end sig to cover for himself. He's constantly racking on his damage while Hardy cannot find the KO. Even that D light doesn't connect or kill. Sorry. Now he's trying to find his edge guard. He actually didn't punish on that GC side sig, and now Balloonboy in the advantage state once again. Still extending this lead, playing so confidently right now. Sarah still...
He has the room to work with now as well. Recovery. We'll close it out. And Hardy has taken a noticeable damage here, but it's nothing too crazy. Definitely doable to come back from this. Especially with the way he's playing right now, finding multiple unanswered hits with this greatsword. Balloonboy finally managed to find a sidelight to give him some space, but I mean, you said it and it happened instantly. Hardy just making up that damage in seconds flat with the greatsword. The end sig though, catching again Balloonboy. That wouldn't be the first time he's caught that out of the gauntlets and GCD sig. Returning the damage back in favor.
He has such a good punish utilization for that sig. Every time Hardy would go for a straight aerial like that, it's a GCD sig for Balloonboy, and it's the best killing option right there. So that's definitely what's helping him build these leads too, is that kill efficiency. Meanwhile, Hardy has been struggling to find those kills. Like right here, he's going for these end sigs, but Balloonboy is just getting the punishes for it. And now, sends him to the left. So Hardy tries to extend, but doesn't connect with that Sarah. Another edge guard situation for Balloonboy here. Hardy gets that string, and that's going to close out Balloonboy's second stock. But now, Hardy still has to play from the stock, or a pretty big deficit here.
It's a very similar amount of damage to what we saw at the start of that second stock, and that ground pound read could have been really scary for Hardy. Balloonboy coming in confident on this final stock here, looking to close it out ASAP, and Hardy gonna slow things down. Trying to this edge guard, finds the down air into the side air, but doesn't close it out. Balloonboy making it back up. The damage coming in from Hardy as well. Balloonboy needs to close this out.
Hardy has turned up the aggression. He is going for these attacks. He's hitting these attacks. He's going in right now. And now it's completely even. Balloonboy getting red there. That's going to be the second game for Hardy. Or third game, sorry. 2-1, right?
Yeah, it is. I think Balloonboy just definitely got caught off guard right there. Like, I don't think he was ready for Hardy to just turn up the pace.
Switch up pace, yeah. That was definitely the factor that played into that win right there, because he was playing pretty slow, wasn't playing pretty safely on the back end, but once he started going in and getting those hits, Balloonboy was caught off guard, and all he needed was that read to close it out. That was it looked so bad for that last stock, but then Hardy just turned it up. So going into this next round, we'll see if he can continue that pace that he was showing at the end there.
We aren't going to see a legend swap. We are going to see a drip swap, which is actually something I kind of see, correct me if I'm wrong, but I see it's a fair bit from people who have like a lot of time put into one legend. If they're losing, instead of swapping character, they'll just swap up the setup. They'll think, okay, maybe
different
the
feel.
drip is the problem.
Yeah, it's definitely a different feel. Already starting out with the sword here. Hardy getting a bit of hits for himself. Sends him, Balloonboy tries to get greedy with that end sig. Is he gonna get punished for it?
Oh.
He does, but the gimp doesn't go out there. The ground pound goes out, but that's gonna get punished too. Both these players just battling off stage right now, but Hardy comes out on top of that damage. Now has greatsword in hand on the stage.
Yeah, that one interaction off stage put Balloonboy at a noticeable deficit going right into the game, and Hardy just looking for every possible option to close things out as soon as possible, going all the way for the end on that string there despite not hitting its mark. And Balloonboy trying to turn things around with these gauntlets. Hardy committing all the way to that string, knows that one well-placed finisher or signature will be enough here for the stock, and Balloonboy trying to reach the same state here. Dash up there into the GCN light. Now holding the stage control, goes for the ground pound, doesn't manage to find it, but the side-up recovery will do it, and Balloonboy turns things around.
He managed to use that ground pound as a bait instead of actually hitting it to get Hardy's dodge and then catch that solid recovery. So now, gets a dodge here as well, gets a GCD light. Hardy's gonna get punished for that pretty big time. He is in yellow now, just off of that miss. But he's gonna get that another jump Sarah coming up to the stage again. And Balloonboy still is getting hit by those. We'll see if he can adapt here. He's gonna need big adaptation here because he is down 1-2. He's any sort of advantage he can get right now, and it looks like the same tricks are working for Hardy that they were working in the beginning of the set.
Yeah, and I think Balloonboy also seems very afraid of this offstage, despite having the arguably better weapons for that offstage, especially with those gauntlets. Whenever things go offstage, he's playing a very conservative and safe game here.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure whether that's because of previous experience against Hardy or other greatsword players, but oftentimes he's either going all in with a ground pound or just playing super safe. I mean, that side sig, definitely not a safe option, and Hardy will punish accordingly. Goes to the down air as well. Gets caught with a weapon throw, however, and gets disarmed by the side air. Balloonboy closes it out, turning things around there.
And Hardy got a little bit too greedy there. He was super confident there, but sometimes too much confidence can be bad for you. Now Balloonboy having that lead for himself, but that N-Sig is just going to even it up instantly. Hardy constantly looks for those N-Sigs on sword there, and that was showing in the previous game, but Balloonboy just finds himself to get hit by it there. So now it is a great sword versus gauntlets matchup here. Balloonboy getting that true combo off the ground, covering no dodge in the air. He's still extending it. Balloonboy's doing a good job of extending these hits right now. Hardy gives up that edge guard, honestly. He had Balloonboy on the edge, but he just kind of backed up. I feel like right now, you can't really back up from any position that you have an advantage in. You want to get that control right now. You want those hits.
Yeah, and Balloonboy is now playing a little bit of a slower game. Does manage to find the down dodge read. Not going to be enough to KO.
Oh, again!
GCD sig again!
That,
and manages to find the stock with it.
That GCD sig, the way he uses it is probably the best way I've ever seen any Zarya player use that sig. Like, I don't see that often. And that is just like the perfect punish for that specific situation every time. Especially with gauntlets, it's very hard to find a stacked kill option. So he's definitely showing that he has that Zarya mastery, and that is winning him a lot of these stocks right now. Taking him to game 5 with that.
Yeah, game 5 isn't necessarily something I expected going into this set, but it's definitely been an entertaining one so far. Balloonboy has been holding his own, but Hardy's been showing an impressive amount of retaliation to the pressure Balloonboy's been putting out so far. And speaking of pressure, there's a lot of it coming in with this bow so far. No damage for Hardy. Balloonboy looking to close things out swiftly in this game 5. Already has Hardy entering the red here on this first stock until he has to take damage, but that is going to be a guaranteed string there for Hardy. Turning things around just slightly. The recovery not quite going to be it. Oh, we're looking for the KO option, the GCN sig. Hardy won't be able to make it back.
He caught him on the platform with that GCN sig, and I understand that Balloonboy loves to go for those kind of those GCs. When people go to the platform, going for that GCN sig on bow is a great option because it doesn't have much lag and it has a lot of force. So he taking the stock with that sig. He's gonna build a lead for himself here, but still not that far down for Hardy. All Hardy needs is one sig, maybe even a recovery is gonna do it. That dodge and read's gonna do it. Actually, we haven't seen something like that from Hardy yet. So
you've got to keep in mind also, there was a moment at the start of this game where Balloonboy had Hardy in the red and hadn't taken any damage, and now all of a sudden it's an even game.
Yeah, these guys just go back and forth.
Keeping it blow for blow, and now the bow versus greatsword. We're seeing Balloonboy play that vertical game again, trying to find these nairs and these end lights. Slowing things down for a moment, and Hardy is getting a single open and nothing more out of it, and Balloonboy wants those gauntlets. Now to the GC end light again, very reliable combo.
Ooh. Kind of just dove in with that ground pound there, pushing away the hit, but he managed to move around it. He didn't get punished for it though, so now Hardy finding 3 nairs. Still needs about 3 more to even up the lead here. Balloonboy uses his GC and he's gonna get punished for it there, sending him far. Is Hardy gonna go for that Sarah, maybe a dare? Actually just plays it safe here. He knows that, he doesn't want to play off stage against these gauntlets. Both these players trying to find a kill here. Hardy getting disarmed with that bow. Finds a sword. It's a convenient weapon to have when you want to get the KO here. Let's see if he can find that D-Light recovery. Maybe a D-Light Seer. Seer goes out, sends him to the right. Balloonboy. Oh, he barely makes it back.
We're seeing it again. Balloonboy had such a big lead on Hardy, and then Hardy managed to bring it back. Slowly but surely, the GCT stick again. Just catching all. The moment Hardy overcommits with a light attack on the stage that puts him close to stacked on Balloonboy, he's so good at finding those reactions.
Ooh.
And regardless, Hardy, that in-air combo with the Greatsword, going to close out that second stock of Balloonboy. We've got an equal stock game here going into the final stocks of Game 5. You could not ask for a closer situation to this set.
Game 5 completely even, and consistently we've seen every single game almost that these players both go completely even on the last stocks. We'll see who can take it here. If Hardy has that switch of pace like he did that one game, that can take him the set. But Balloonboy showing his aggression right now, hitting those reads. The GCT sync, is it gonna be enough? No, he misses the ground pound. Hardy gets back, gets a great sword here.
Could have been it right there. Balloonboy just mistimed the ground pound, and it's going to take a noticeable bit of punishment. Balloonboy still has, with that interaction, a good bit of room to work with here, just looking for the KO option on Hardy. We've seen so far that he knows how to come back from these deficits. It's whether or not Balloonboy can KO efficiently be the linchpin for this game for both players. Sidelight doesn't get anything out of it. Hardy playing a patient game on the side, the down air falls through, and now the damage starting to equalize.
Oh.
Side sig gonna get punished, and the D-Light into the GC neutral heavy. Balloonboy just clutching it up at the end. Comes down by Hardy as he leaves the lobby as well.
3-2 for Balloonboy there. That was such a close game.